It's something that the players felt a little. I think there are balance. The players have the responsibility. We have the responsibility, not the players. The game was not good to the view because Bristol defending very well, defending with all the players. They block the spaces. So it's not easy, and when a team has organized a good way to play against these kind of teams, especially when they have quality and they come to play like that, like we did, for example, in Aston Villa, and after we win the game, we must understand the opponents do the same. They block the spaces. Second half, they put one more midfielder, they block more the spaces, put the things more hard to us. And if the environment is positive, sometimes help. If the environment is not positive, sometimes the players lose confidence, and I think he's talking more about this part, that the confidence that they need to create to the fans understand the mistake, that was like a emotional what he said. We are happy with our fans. We will talk about this probably next week when we play a home game. Because we need them and we must achieve the things together. They are a big part of the responsibility is our part to push to the crowd, but we understand that sometimes we need also our fans to push to the players. We need it, and we need a good environment also to play a good football, because if we don't have a positive environment, sometimes the things make the things more difficult, of course.
On a similar theme, Ross Wallace also said after the game that playing away from home and away from Hillsborough might suit the team more than playing actually at Hillsborough at the moment. Do you share that opinion?
No, I don't think so. I prefer play Hillsborough all the time. I said we prefer play here. We play with our fans. The support in these 2 years and a half was really very good. When we go in the games away, I think because maybe the fans are together and they are that usually they go to all the games. I'm not saying that these love more the club than others, but they follow the club to everywhere. They have a big passion, and they put the passion, of course, a big passion in the voices, and we felt that when we go away. When we play Hillsborough, maybe the fans are a little more spared. And this kind of fans is a little different, but we prefer play home, and it's not a problem, so we don't have any kind of problem. Maybe I believe that after the game, maybe one or another player a little more not happy about frustration about the score, and also maybe one or another fan more exciting make them to do this comment, but we don't have a problem about that.
Are the players a little bit fragile at Hillsborough though? Because you could see, for example, to go back to the Leeds game, when you get ahead in that game, you can see the confidence building within the team. You go on and win very comfortably in the end. You see another game, for example, the Sheffield United game, where they go behind, and the exact opposite happens there. And on a day when maybe it needed someone to step up to be counted for, and the team needed to show some confidence and some belief, do they do that without having that sort of moment that gets them there, like an early goal?
This is the conversation that I didn't like too much. I didn't want too much to be in this moment. I must tell you, maybe in the end of the season, not now, because I'm not a person to excuses and so on. But what I can tell you that is the environment is very important to the players. The environment, the positive environment, is very positive. And first season we was with a fantastic environment. Second season, we can say the same. This season, because I talk about this in the press conference before, I'm not a person to arrange excuses, but the reality is that a lot of things make a lot of negatives in the person. So since the beginning, I remember the first game of the season when we lose in Preston. So there are a lot of persons talk about the team, the players, the coach, and so on. And starting doing different, and of course when you are in the club and the positive environment, when a mistake, you do a tribute to the player with a mistake, and he can go again, he feel the confidence to go again. It's one way. When you have an environment that if you do a mistake, the answer is a bull, the player will not try again. Most of the players not try again. So they don't want creative, because if they try to do a dribble and lose the ball, they will do a boot. They don't do a dribbling anymore. So most of the players. So this is natural. So when you have a positive and you do some mistake and you felt a comfort around you, of course they will do again and again, and the things with the confidence go up. This is a reality, and the reality also is that this is a situation between who must push first. If it's the team push to the fans, or the fans push to the team. So this is an eternal question. Is the answer really that it's up to the players, just because purely for this only reason that Sheffield Wednesday fans are paying more to watch this team than they ever have had to in the past, and that's increased expectation, hasn't it? That they expect to see good football now and a winning team. So if you talk like that, let's talk with the things that we can control and things that we can't control. If you are talking like that, because I'm not a person to put my responsibilities out, but there are things that I can't control, like a coach. I can say also that in this moment we have -1 point comparing with last season. In this moment, -1, not -10, -1. And I can say also that Birmingham game, a clear onside or Gary Hooper, make us lose in that game, in my opinion, 3 points. But okay, let's put 1 point in that game. After we have a game, or I don't know the chronology of the things exactly. We have a game against Leeds, onside, but we win 3-0. We have a clear penalty to Kinamley in Bolton that in minimum will win 1 point. And I'm talking about facts. And the committee of the referees give a reason to us in most of these situations. It's 1 point more. If you put 1 point more there, if you put a penalty in derby and a red card to a player, and in the minimum we'll win 1 point. Minimum we'll win 1 point. I believe that we win 1 point. If you put a situation with the 2 clear penalties in the last game, that you can say, oh, it's nothing, but we live with this kind of mistakes. But if you put all these things, we'll be in the minimum 7 points. With 7 points, we was in 3rd place. We was near the direct promotion. I can't control this. I can't control. It's not my job to control these kind of things. There are things that happen in football. Okay, happen in football, but happen all the time to us, and put points out of this. So I can say also that in my work, I'm doing my work. In the things that I can control, we are doing. We can do better. We are doing. But the things that we can control, because we can control these kind of situations, we must achieve more 7 points in the minimum. I'm telling in the minimum, because I'm not talking about that subjective work of the referees, about Millwall, about Barnsley, that I think is not balanced games. I'm not talking about this, because to me it was completely unbalanced games. But I'm talking about specific things, facts. It's 7 points. 7 points. With 7 points, we was in 3rd. We was fighting or near the 1st positions. So it's not just talk about performance, player, one game or another game, or one game that we did okay, another game. The opponent is very value, frustration what we want, put the frustration, close very well the team, make the things more difficult to us. The game was completely balanced, like a lot of games. But after, there are situations on the game, two situations on the game, critical situations that we must achieve a penalty, and the referee don't give a penalty, and we lose points. Okay. I can't control these kind of things. It's out of my control, because I can say like that also, that listen, I'm doing my work, I'm honest, I work hard, I put my team to play, we go to the games, and after there are things that put us with -7 points, and with 7 points we are not talking about nothing about these kind of questions that we put on the table. I must talk like that. I don't like it. If you ask me if I like it to talk about the referees, I'm not. We are working with the committee of the referees all the time. Try to explain, to try to achieve explanations. What we achieved so far, they are working hard about that. We are happy to work with them. But they understand our frustration, and they give a reason to us. So I don't want to do any kind of conspiration, but the situation is that in this period, the last 8 games, we complain in 6 games with the facts, facts against us. And one thing I never saw the opponent coach said about decisions that you have a decision, the penalty, and don't give up. Never. I didn't see. Maybe I'm doing a mistake, but I never saw that. And I'm all the time talking about this. And it's 7 points minimum 7 points.
Well, I noticed the stat that was put out there today. It is 33 games since your last penalty. You've not had a penalty since February the 25th.
Strange,
do you think there's a reason for that? Is there anything that your team is doing? Do referees come into the game thinking, I need to be watchful for this, that they're going to try and win a penalty? Is there any reason for this, do you think?
Listen, the question is, I understand, it's correct the question, but the question can be also 50 games. If they are not reasons to have penalties, okay, it's normal. But the question is this 33 games with big reasons to have a penalty, big reasons that no debates. The penalty against, I was yesterday in Leeds against Middlesbrough, I saw the game in the stadium. Come on. And Barry Bannon win the front of the player like against the Derby, win the front of the defender. He's completely ready to score a goal and they go down. It's stupid. My players are stupid. They go down when they have chances to score goals. Fletcher the same. We know. Maybe the people don't know. Maybe the referees don't know. We know exactly. Kieran Lee. Kieran Lee dive anytime. That honest player that never go to the floor. In Bolton, they have a clear panel that we can achieve 1 more point is 1 more point. He dive. Kieran Lee, never. Even in dreams, never. Is 1 more point. 1 more point there. Against Birmingham, the game is completely balanced. We are a little more better in the game in that moment. We achieve 1 goal, 20 minutes to finish, or 25, 0-0. We never will lose that game. The game is completely under control. It's clear on side. The reference of the line is very clear. A big mistake. Another big mistake against Leeds. When we scored the 2nd goal with Kieran Lee. It's unbelievable, that situation. Because Kieran Lee come from the back, but it's not just this. To me, like a person from the football, they have the line of the area to control. So the liners may have the line of the area to control. So if you have the line, it's easy to see if it's offside or not. If you don't have, sometimes they have a double, but they have the line, and the defenders are in the line, exactly on the line, and they come from the back, and we can achieve the 2nd goal. And again, a situation against us is too much. What I is too much things. In the 8 games, it's too much things, the decisions against us. And these kind of things, in the competition like this, they are very balanced. The teams are very balanced. There are not big, massive difference between the teams. This pormenors is a poor major. It make a big difference in the games, because sometimes if you are winning, if you achieve 1 penalty, if you are playing also against 10 players, make a massive difference. And with this, again, I talk about this because you pushed to me. You are pushing to me. I must talk. Come on, it's minimum 7 points. 7 points we was near the 1st place.
Do you think you've just been unlucky, or do you think that the quality of the officiating in England is not good enough?
We put the questions, all the questions we put personal. Of course, this is private conversations. We put all the questions to the committee of the referees, all the questions. They try to give explanations. All the explanation that we receive is not structural, it's conjuncture. It's about that main situations, try to explain. We have a reason. It's a clear penalty in Derby. I believe that will be 2 clear penalty in the last game. It's a clear onside. Is what we have. So we don't have more than this to say to our fans. I can say more than this. What I can say in these moments. That is, we are working hard. We try to use the proper channels to try to the things don't happen. And but I must tell you also because it's from my heart. It's not the facts that I'm talking. There are some games that I saw it in the last games. Is why we said also we won't talk with the committee or with the referees that the games are completely unbalanced. Also in the decisions, completely. Barnsley game, Millwall game was the games that even we achieved in that games 4 points, but was unbalanced. It's that games that when a referee give a fault to us, all the fans, like in the last game, give a big applause, like ironic, that oh, okay, we receive a fault or something. It was like that. So this is the things that we can control. It's the things that I don't like to talk too much. I believe in the referees. I'm the country of the football. I believe that this is a very serious competition. I still believe in that. We are working in the proper channels, but I'm the manager of the team. We have a big pressure in this competition. And we must also say the truth to everybody, because this I'm related to the facts. I'm not talk about subjective things like, as I told you before, Millwall and Barnsley, that I think it is not balanced. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this kind of decisions. And I don't see. I go to the BBC 5 channel. It's 5 channel, the name. 5, yeah. Yeah. On Sunday night, I'm tired to see that Sheffield Wednesday ever isn't. It's a penalty, clear penalty. It's 2 clear penalties. I'm tired to hear this, and I never see the opposite. I never see the opposite against Sheffield Wednesday. That they are clear is not. Never. I'm tired. And maybe the guys that are doing this kind of job, they are tired. Again, Sheffield Wednesday. Again, they are coming again. So to fight against this, to fight against these decisions, to fight also, because this is like in cadence. You don't win points, the people stay more nervous. The crowd stay a little more nervous, don't help too much the team. So these kind of things come, all of them, to me. So believe me, it is not easy to go against all these kind of things, to don't make a wave and go against the wave and put the team in a good position. But we are trying, we are doing, we are fighting, we are resilience. We was in 16 or 19, in this moment we are in 10. We are 2 or 3 points to the top 6. We are not far away from the first place. We're still not far away. But we are living with this also. We are living. I can't hide these kind of things. We are living with this kind of things. It's why before the game, the next home game, I'm planning to talk, and I will talk with the fans, that they must understand this, and they must be in our side, completely with the players. Because if they are in our side, we will fight against these kind of things, because we'll be more strong. We must be more strong than these kind of things. If the fans, they are not giving a positive environment to our players, it will be easy to destroy it's not a question of coaches or philosophy of game or substitutions or plan A, plan B. This is more complex, that we must be together.
Is it a big difference compared to last season? Have you noticed that at Hillsborough? Have you felt a more negative environment this year than last?
I must tell you that in the last game, I felt a little more nervous, because we play very well against Aston Villa. We put the same team. We play against Bristol, and the things are not. But we must understand this competition. When you go to play against Aston Villa, they play one way, and we explore some weak points, and we do our football. And another team come here to play, to try to frustrate. They know that they try to frustrate our team and put the crowd against the team. And our fans must understand that. We must be patient. How you can't play against a team that play with 10 players behind the ball, well, like we do all the time, like we do, and we're defending well, and put speed and create things. It's very difficult. We must manage the ball, to don't lose the ball, and be patient to open spaces. But patient with a crowd nervous, believe me, is very difficult. It's to my players. It's not easy. You understand? They need support. They need good feelings. They need a warm environment to do a mistake, go again. I try to dribbling, but if the people shout me, I will not try again. So, but we need that you dribbling, because it's to these kind of teams. You know that you go to one, and maybe they are thinking, if I go 1-1, if I lose the ball, I will do a big boo. So, So this is the reality, and we must create because we are here together. The fans want to win, we want to win, the chairman want to win, so we are together to try to win games. So I'm not complaining, absolutely zero about the fans. I'm very, very proud about the fans of Sheffield Wednesday. I think they are really special. I'm not complaining, I'm just answer about the feedbacks of the players. I try to explain the best way to try to go to the good position, because we must go together. If you don't go together, if you don't go together, if we start divided and put a difficult environment, the team with me, with another coach, with 20 coaches, will back when I was not here. There were 5 games in one season home, and we must think about that. They do better in the past away than home, because when I arrived the previous season, they win 5 games home. So we changed completely this, and the fans is very important part of this, and we are I'm very proud and very happy about the fans from Sheffield Wednesday.
Is there anything you can identify which will enable the players and yourself as a coach to try and get rid of some of that nervousness early in a game? Do you think there's anything you can do to try and stop that happening?
You put me this question, is a very good question after the game. Why you don't start to press the opponent and so on? You must understand that if we go to play against Aston Villa, we know that when they will start to play, they will try to put a big pressure on us. It's not just us. But we know how we fight against that, against this kind of situation. We know what we must do. We know how we put the crowd down. And if you saw it, the game, we start winning very well because we scored in first 20 seconds, but they didn't press us. After the goal, we know what we must do. The teams know what they must do. So to put the things out of the pressure, where we put the ball, where we frustrate them, the way that we frustrate them, to don't put big pressure on us. If you remember, and you follow our games, let me know which game that we go. In the first 10 or 15 minutes, any team come to us and press us very high and so on, when we go away. I don't remember any game. And they want to do that, the same. So it's not the question of you want. So, for example, what Bristol do is specific. Usually, they put the fullbacks more up. Against us, they put the fullbacks more down. So, what happened? When they are moving the ball, they must do that. Ross Wallace and Rich do a big run to go to press them. So when they go the big run to press them, that's 20 meters to press them, they put the long balls on our back. So they try to push our team to put the balls on the back. So when you have the ball on the back, sometimes the ball go out, is a throw, stop the game, come the central back or the left back, put a big throw in the area, everybody to the area. We must back with our tall players, with our attackers to win the first ball. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, we win the ball, we go to attack or something, they win the ball, again, start again, stop everything, fullbacks down, the ball go to the fullbacks, we go to press, long balls. How you understand? They are strategy of the teams. Maybe you ask me, and you ask me this, after the game we pressed more, okay, because in that moment it's completely different. We put 3 attackers in that moment, we put 3 attackers, we put the players wide, and they are happy with the score in that moment, they are happy with the 0-0, so they come back a little, and we press. This is football, you understand? I try to explain to you, you understand? It's not a question of we want. We start very well. There's a criticize and correct criticize that did the team in the past, but we start very well against Barnsley, we start very well against Millwall, we start very well after the game against Derby, no, because we have the incident of the red card. Against Aston Villa we start well again. We won't start well again against Bristol, but we are not, they have quality also, you understand? It's why.
And Ipswich is the next game. You know, what do you see in them, and what is the most important thing for your team to try and get a good result at Portman Road this week?
They change a little from the Mick the style a long time, because of typical strikers from Championship, and they play in one way. They change a little the style. They try to connect more the game this season. They are different face comparing with the last two seasons. Continues to be a team very good in the second balls, in the duels and so on. Still with this kind of profile. but they change a little. They are not that massive balls to the strikers. They don't have a tall striker like before. They have different strikers. Interesting attackers that they have. Four players in the front of the attack. Very interesting. This is probably one of the strongest points. They are doing well so far. Okay, I will not about the things that I think they are not so strong. They are weak because it's the things that we will explore. But again, it will be a very difficult game because all the time playing Ipswich is a very difficult game. But we go there to try to win the 3 points, of course.
And just finally, how do you manage this week with the 3 games in the space of a week? Does it help that you're playing Wednesday instead of Tuesday? Is that a hindrance? And how do you manage the squad this week?
The system all the time the same. We will play with the team that we think is the best to play against Ipswich and try to win the game. And after the game, we'll see the players that recover better than others, and the players that we have one on another injury, and let's see which team will play against Reading. Understanding that we must manage the team, of course, after the Ipswich one or another thing. We know that because we know the profile of our players, that we must change one or another player. Absolutely sure, but we'll put the team that we understand is better. And all these things I'm complaining, or I'm not to talk too much, but also I must admit that to put the things more easy, more difficult, we bring George Boyd and we don't have George Boyd. Sam is an important player to us and is not playing. Kiramli is important to play, and we have Alf player also. And Forestieri is just a player to 15 goals by season, too addicted to this. I don't like too much to complain about the things, but when we must talk about this, we must put everything on the table to try to understand everything. And we are 2 points from the 6th place with all these kind of things. We are not far away from the first places, and we understand that even we are playing better or worse or whatever, if the things was normal, we have more 7 points and we'll be in 3rd place in this moment, and we will be with maybe 5 points to the 1st place, and we are fighting to the 1st place with the things that we can control. I can't control this. I'm manager. I'm not more than this.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's okay.
Have you got any fresh injuries, Carlos? How's the rest of the squad looking?
No, I will tell exactly what happened. Just Ross Wallace didn't train today because he have a little flu. But we think that tomorrow we'll training and will be available to the game. After this, everybody training, no problems at all. Just that 3 players that did the surgery. So George Boyd, Sam, and Fernando Forestieri.